start it now. Don't start it next month. Just start it now. Like, even if it's in the random middle of the month, like who cares? Like you are getting yourself ready and you should be so dang proud of yourself for even trying. If you're really about saving and you're really about your money, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey my lovelies, and welcome to 2025. The first video of 2025. Obviously we know TikTok may be gone this year, so that was a little wake-up call for your girl to start trying to lock in as best as she actually can, and start uploading on YouTube, Instagram, and whatever apps are to come. It's been almost 5 years since Julie and the Phantoms came out, which is what you guys mostly know me for. But that's also 5 years of knowing me, so some of you guys might just like know me for me. But if you are new to who I am, new to Julie and the Phantoms, I'm hoping I can eventually do a video about me just a little bit. It's been a long time, a lot has happened in 5 years for me, and I'm actually really excited to start sharing what's been going on in my life. I'm very private, and honestly I think it'd be just really fun to share what your girl's been up to. First video of 2025, and this video is just kind of gonna be an introduction on what I'm trying to give you guys YouTube wise, and what I want to start talking about on my platform. I am 20 years old, and I know that a lot of you guys are in your young adult years, 18 to 20, maybe even older, and I know that there's a lot of things that we can share within each other. And that's why I kind of want to start off with this first video for 2025, just kind of talking about what my goals are and priorities are for 2025. And one of those big goals of mine for this year is to do a low buy year. So a low buy year is a period of time when you limit unnecessary spending and try to buy less. Boom. So a low buy year is basically what I've understood from the videos that I've watched, is just where you're really narrowing down what the priorities are, like what are the essentials, what do you really need versus what you don't need. You know, for instance, if you guys watch me on TikTok, you guys know that I'm a big Hello Kitty collector. I love Hello Kitty. I want to, let's say for instance, stop buying Hello Kitty items. But that's not necessarily the case, because right now I'm really at a point where it's like I don't really buy that much. I don't really shop online that much. So I just want to kind of track what I'm actually spending money on, so I can see at the start of every month what I need to create a budget for. So by doing a low buy year, I'm making sure that I'm only buying the things I actually need. So like groceries, the essentials like soap, toothpaste, like tissue, like even the little things, even for the house stuff, I'm making a list of. So by keeping track of not spending money on things I don't need and spending money only on the necessities, I'm hoping that that will open a lot more money for me to put to the side for saving. I also am a homeowner, and my mom is to be moving out this summer with my little sister because she's going to college. And basically it's just gonna be me and my boyfriend living here now. So that means that we're gonna have to take on a few more bills that we don't currently. So we are just trying to make sure we're getting ahead of ourselves on, you know, utilities and taxes. It's a lot, guys, and if you guys want to know a little bit more about, you know, being someone that owns a home or, you know, getting into apartments and stuff like that, I can also make another video on that as well, but just let me know in the comments. So when it comes to setting up for getting ready for your low buy year, I have a couple of supplies that you can go ahead and get yourself so we can get into it. You need yourself a little book. I posted this on my Instagram, and I posted this also on YouTube Shorts, that I did this cover. So this is basically just like my little vision board for the year, and you're also gonna need just like a basic notebook that you can really just like jot everything out. If you are a girly that's really good with like planners, you can also get into that too, but you definitely want something that you can just write in. You don't want something that is like so organized for yourself already, because you need to have space to just drop random things down. You can just grab a regular book and you can just make it your own, because not everybody likes stuff that's already like structured for them. I'm like the kind of person that I just need to like make it work for me in order for me to actually use it. And I recently discovered that about myself, especially going into this new year, that I prefer to set up, you know, the book for myself and the planner for myself because I just found it easier. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start off with this composition of it before we get into the little cute baby, okay? And you're gonna start off by making a list of all the things that you can't buy. This is the list of things that I can't buy. And a lot of it is just mostly saying I don't wanna shop online anymore, no new clothes, but I can thrift, but with the limit. No new shoes, no new bags, you know, just like think about what you currently have in your home and really think like, okay, like based off what I have currently right now in my room or my apartment or your house, can I survive the year with just that? Okay. Now, if there's stuff that you're gonna still need to replenish, you know, buy more of, then you can go ahead and you can put that on the can buy list. So now the can buy list basically is a list of items that you're allowing yourself to buy for the year. Some ideas actually that I heard from other influencers or other people that are doing this slow buy year as well, or a little bit more experienced and have done it for a while, is actually gifts for others. Because that's one thing that I've actually just realized myself. I wanted to get my friend something, you know, just because gift, and I allowed myself to do that. Obviously within a budget in itself, because you want to still make sure that you're not like going crazy and you're going completely out of your budget, because it's like if you're gonna go spend $100 on your friend, which is nice, it's like $100 less that you can put towards something else like groceries, you know. So you really have to kind of like decide like, is this worth it? Because there's a lot of things that you can also do without materialistic things. Like you can be like, you know what, let me just like invite you over and I'll make you something to eat. Let me invite you over and we'll play a little board game. You know, something fun like that. Like something that's completely free because you already have it. You know, that's another thing I could do for you guys to just give you ideas on how to navigate not spending money. Because a lot of the times too, especially for me as like a young woman, it's like I love to just go out and shop and put things in my cart. I like to make my list. And so I've realized that by making my list for groceries, that's how I kind of replace my like shopping need. You know, I'm like, okay, I made my list for groceries. This is so fun and organized. I get to go get groceries. Let's go. Let's go, Pookie. Let's go get groceries. So after your can buy list, you're gonna go ahead and make a list of rewards, okay? So because we have 12 months in the year, and every time you do good for a month, you deserve to reward yourself. Now, I wanna start by saying rewarding yourself doesn't have to be money-based, okay? I've seen some people do it in a way where it's like inexpensive, they don't spend any money at all. It's like you get to go on a walk. So the rewards can't be you going out and getting $20 to buy something, you know? But this is all about you. Do what works for you. If you have it that in the next month, right, you have a budget, okay, and after you're done putting the money where it all has to go, you can decide, you know what, I got an extra $20. I'm gonna take my $20 because I did good last month. I know guys, it's all up to you. So my rewards are pretty much like activities. If any of you guys live in the Allentown, like PA area, like maybe even Philly, there's like a museum not that far from me, and I think like on the weekends it's free. So there's like a lot of activities that you could just like literally go online, find out if they're free, and you can go do them, you know? But you're giving yourself a treat by being like, you know what, for the weekend, I'm gonna go to the museum, or I'm gonna go to the library. Like, oh, that's another thing too. Like, if you guys are book readers, get a library card and go ahead and get yourself a free book, okay? A free book. Because I'm a girl that loves to read, and I actually have a lot of books that I still have to read, so that's why I'm not buying any books this year. But when the time comes, if I really need to read a new book, I'm just gonna go to the library. My rewards are a nice date night, a weekend trip, one thrifted item, and pliable. So I make tips sometimes for my job, which is not often, but you know, sometimes I get $5 here, sometimes I get $3 there, you know. And what I started to do is I started to save those singles and just like put them to the side. And when I reach how much a pliable costs, I'll go and get it. Because That's money that I'm not really spending because it's not my money, but it is mine because I was given it, if that makes sense. So I don't feel that bad when I am going out to get pliable. So just to go over what I just went over with you guys, when you get your composition book, you're gonna start off with things that you can't buy, things that you can buy. You're gonna go ahead and make a list of rewards for yourself that suits you. So now we are going to get into this little cutie of a book. This is the book that is going to really carry the whole low buy year for us. I definitely do think that like I kind of ate down with this idea, and you guys are gonna eat this up because if you were a creative girly or if you're just creative, you're gonna love doing this because if you like to collect trinkets, this is like a little trinket. It's like a little book. You get to put it in your purse, you get to put it in your backpack, whatever you carry around. You can put it in your pocket. And you get to customize the front, and then you get to customize the pages. And I'm gonna tell you how we're going to customize this when you get your book. So I got these little books. It's a 3-pack from Target. I think they cost like $12.99. I had a gift card, so I splurged on these little books. There are smaller books at the dollar store, but this is like the best book. Like I was like, you know what? This is gonna be worth it. And I'm so glad that I invested in this, and I'm glad that I had that gift card because I didn't spend a dang thing on this. $12.99 is a little bit expensive, and I'm pretty sure you guys can find this somewhere else cheaper. But if you're a girly that just wants something right now, go ahead to Target. You're gonna find them in the book section. It's like a 3-pack, which is really worth it for $12.99. And these are some good quality books, okay? The end pages, you can rip them out. I don't do that. It has like a little folder. So when you get your little book, after you make your little vision board, you're gonna start off with, I just put like a little reminder for what I want for 2025 at the start. And then I did also like a list of priorities. So it's just like saving, health, working out, better body, big juicy butt, better habits, waking up early, traveling to Tokyo, vlogging, and content creating. So far, the year's starting off great, y'all. For every month, I'm going to make my little month calendar, pretty much. And this was for January. And then on the side, what I did was I just put the like priorities for the month. Because, you know, yes, we have our big goals for the year, but there are months in the year. You know, sometimes you just have to make it smaller for yourself so you can really achieve those goals and actually like get to where you want to go. So this is a tax month for me. That's another thing that we can talk about too, guys. Decluttering my room, paying off my debt, a YouTube video, gym mindset, open a better savings account, and book my Japan trip. So on my little calendar, I just have like the days that I get paid. And what I've started to do is every day I go in and I just put either a check mark or an X for if I didn't spend or if I did. And so far, there's only 2 days that I've spent money. And I put the amount that I spent. Now, we'll get into why that's kind of allowed, but it's still not good because like I said, like, we're learning. It's not gonna be overnight that we're gonna be able to learn these new habits, you know? But keeping it in our mind and putting in that X definitely does hurt my heart. But hopefully I will get better over time. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with how it's going. 2 days only, and I'm not doing that bad. So on the next page, I have the expenses for the month. So this is something that you will already have figured out on your own, like when you figure out like what you can spend money on, you know, what your priorities are. And I can also get into a more in-depth video in this. If you guys want like a part 2 of this, I can kind of just show you how I break down what works for me if you guys want a better example on how to figure it out for yourself. So the things that I have on here are just expenses. So I have snacks, eating out, house needs, gas, how much money we are allowed to spend for our personal, and then that's it. And then I also have like a little section over here of things that I wanted but I didn't buy. That's also a good thing to do too because, you know, you can set up birthday gift ideas. And then on the next page, I have my groceries. That's what I have. I, for 2 weeks, was able to get a bunch of groceries for under $25. And I would love to keep it that way, but I'm learning that that might not be possible. So I have it that my amount for every week is $25. But as you guys can see on there, I've spent over that, you know, but we're just keeping track. We're gonna tweak it and put more money in, take more money out of things. Once you really realize through these next first couple of months what we're really spending money on, what budget we realistically need. And that's why this is so fun. You know, like the first month, it's gonna be a little rough maybe because you're figuring things out. That's what happens when you're starting something new. You're figuring things out, you know, you're not really used to it, and you just have to keep track. This is the first part of the consistency, is just keeping track of every little thing, even if you're going over, so that we can better set ourselves up for the next month. So these next couple of pages are really just writing down whatever you need to keep track of. So after the grocery page, I just have my gym log. Now, you can use this page for really whatever you want. If there's something that you're trying to prioritize, like this would be a good page for keeping track of making sure you're consistently doing that. This is also just good if you're also trying to become a gym baddie. You know, just keeping track of the days that you went, making sure you're mentioning the days that you rest. On the top here, I have my measurements and stuff so I can keep track of if I'm actually gaining or if I'm actually, you know, getting my muscles bigger, yada, yada, yada. On the next page, this is a fun one. Now, these books, you can customize it really however you want. Like, the first 3 pages are the big ones because, you know, you have the calendar, keeping track of your priorities for the month. The next one, you have your expenses, and the next one is groceries. So this is a page of the movies that I watched. I'm a big movie girl. I have a AMC A-lister subscription, so I get to see a lot of movies. And I just like to keep track of the movies that I'm seeing, especially for the new year. I didn't get to do that last year, and I feel like I watched a lot of movies, so I think it'll be a lot of fun being able to see how many movies I actually watched at the end of the year. And then the last page, I can just go in, write the date, and put my to-do list, and I can keep track of it like that. So just to wrap up what I said about this little book and what we're using this little book for, once you get your little book, you're gonna go ahead and write your yearly goals, okay? From your yearly goals, we're gonna go ahead and put in our little calendar for the month with our month priorities. And then from there, we're gonna keep track of our expenses. And then from our expenses, we're gonna keep track of our groceries. And from our groceries, we're gonna go ahead and make pages that work for us. So if you're going to the gym, if you're trying to track a habit, your to-do list, you know, make it whatever you want, but maybe just like 3 extra little things, because yes, we have 3, but these books are still pretty small. I'm not sure how many months I'm going to be able to fit into this, but we're going to learn together. So honestly, that's pretty much the end of the video. I just wanted to give you guys pretty much the basics and see if you guys are interested in more information, which will kind of lead me into the direction of where the next couple videos will go. So guys, please leave your comments. I will read them all. I'm so excited to start this new year just giving you guys content. I have so many ideas, and I really just want to see where this video goes to start off, to see if I could even continue with this kind of like, I guess, mini series of low by year and finances and just like financial advice, whatever. I know it's probably something kind of out of what you guys are used to from seeing from me, but I am all about just being the big sister and helping the friends and just helping you lovelies, honestly, with figuring out life. It's not easy, but when we come together and we can learn from each other, I think it's so beautiful. And I know there's a lot of things that people want to share. They just need the video or the person to start the conversation to be able to share it. So yeah, guys, if you aren't already, subscribe and put notifications on so you can see when my next video comes up. I also am on Instagram. I'm not sure if TikTok will survive, but my Instagram and TikTok handle is the Madison Reyes. And I hope to see you guys there. Much love, and have a great week. Mwah.